Hello, Assalamu alaikum. As you know, my name is Mrs. Nilofer Ijaz and I am your biology teacher. I hope you all are fine at home. Today we are starting our lecture number 12, chapter 5, Fungi and Algae. Now the general characters. General characters of algae. First we will study the fungi and then algae. What are fungi? Fungi are a group of living organisms having a body, and this body is thread-like and it is called mycelium. These thread and these mycelium, they are made up of hyphae. They are sinocytic, that means multinucleated. Non-chlorophyllous, they are devoid of chlorophyll. They have cell wall, which shows that it is a plant. And their cell wall is made up of a special cellulose, it is called fungal cellulose. Today we are going to start our lecture number 12 and it belongs to chapter number 5. That is algae and fungi. Before starting the chapter, I would like to say that if you have not submitted your course selection form, then do it and kindly do your work in your proper journals. If it is written on the assignment to complete in journal 2, it means you have to complete it in journal 2. If it is written in journal 1, you have to write it in journal 1. देखिए वजह क्या है कि हम आपसे एक ग्रुप कॉपी का मंगवाते हैं और दूसरा ग्रुप आपको रिटर्न करते हैं। इस तरह से ये कॉपी जर्नल 1 और जर्नल 2 हमें आपस में कम्युनिकेट कर रहे हैं। एक तरह से आप हमें चेकिंग के लिए भेजते हैं, हम दूसरी कॉपी पे काम करवा रहे होते हैं और आपकी कॉपियां चेक कर रहे होते हैं। आप जब ये कॉपीज प्रॉपर नहीं, इसका हम एक रिकॉर्ड रखते हैं। आप कॉपी 1 की जगह कॉपी 2 भेज रहे हैं, कॉपी 2 की जगह 1 भेज रहे हैं, तो ये कॉपी रिटर्न कर दी जाएंगी, ये अनचेक रहेंगी आपके पास। अभी कुछ बच्चों ने कॉपी 1 और 2 सेम काम कर दिया है, उसी की कॉपी 1 अभी हमारे पास रखी है जिसमें कॉपी 2 में 1 का काम कर लिया है। अगर इस किस्म का कोई भी केस है तो ऑफिस से अपनी कॉपी काइंडली कलेक्ट कर दीजिए। Now come to your lecture. Is it clear to all of you? General characters. हम फंजाई की बात कर रहे हैं। फंजाई एंड एल्गी हमारा चैप्टर है, इसमें 2 टॉपिक हैं। फंजाई की जनरल कैरेक्टर्स क्या होते हैं कि ये क्या चीज है, 1 by 1 हम इसको डिस्कस करते हैं। दे आर नॉन क्लोरोफिलस। Non-chlorophyllous, they are non-chlorophyllous, they are without chlorophyll. इनके अंदर chlorophyll नहीं होता। It means they cannot manufacture their food with the help of photosynthesis. So they will depend on other living or dead organism, or they will produce a mutual friendship like bacteria. Second point, because they are plant, they have a special character which is called cell wall. Their cell wall is made up of cellulose, but this cellulose is structure-wise different, so it is called fungal cellulose. Clear? Non-chlorophyllous, that is without chlorophyll. Fungal cellulose, their wall is made up of fungal cellulose. The next point, they are cenocytic. Cenocytic means they are multinucleated. Multinucleated means they have more than one nucleus in their body structure. Cenocytic means they have many nuclei. Nucleus is singular and nuclei is plural. Fungal body or the plant body, or you can say the body of fungi, is called mycelium. What it is called? It is mycelium. It is thread-like structure. They are made up of thread-like structure called hyphae. These mycelium, what are these mycelium? This is the fungal body. The name of fungi, the body, is mycelium. What are mycelium? They are made of thread-like structure, and these structures are called hyphae. They reserve food, the reserve food in the form of glycogen particles and oil globules. Because they are chlorophyll, they cannot manufacture their own food, so they take or they obtain their food or they get their food from some other host. When they take their food from other hosts, they keep in their body as a reserve food in the form of glycogen particles and the oil globules. They reproduce asexually by means of budding or spores formation. Because there is no male and female fungi, that is why they reproduce by asexual method, by budding. What happened on the body of mycelium or the body of fungi? Small buds grow, and these buds, when they attain a big size or they grow in size, they detach from the parent body and grow into new individual. Sometimes they produce special structure. These hyphae or the mycelium, they produce special structures. They are called sporangium. Inside the sporangium, spores develop. When a large number of spores are produced inside the sporangium, it gets burst open, and these spores, they scattered here and there and they grow into new plant. Sexually, they reproduce by a means of conjugation. It is the method by which two mycelium, they come close to each other and their central wall get dissolved and their nucleus from one body migrate to the second one, and from the second one migrated towards the first one. This is the method. It is termed as conjugation. The mode of nutrition may be saprophytic, parasitic, or symbiotic. I told you in detail in case of bacteria, parasitic mode of nutrition, the host will be alive. Saprophytic Mode of nutrition, their host will be dead organic matter. Symbiotic, sometimes they made an association or a friendship, and this friendship is beneficial to each other. Now on the screen you can see advantages of fungi. Fungi are a very lower group of plant kingdom, but they have advantages, many advantages and disadvantages also. First, we will discuss advantages of fungi. Number one heading you can share on your screen, food sources. A number of edible fungi in the form of mushroom are sources of nourishing and delicious food dishes. No need to explain what are mushrooms. Today they are grown as a crop in many countries or throughout the world. But one must bear in mind that not all the mushrooms are edible. Some of them are poisonous and they are called toadstool or death stool. Clear? A number of edible fungi in the form of mushroom are sources of nourishing and delicious food dishes. Mushroom we are using nowadays in our dishes. Second one is yeast. Yeast is utilized in baking and cheese industries. I think that yeast, you should know, you must know what is yeast. Yeast is a substance which is mainly used in baking purposes. Cheese making industries or at home if we are making something, we are making bread, pizza, we use yeast. Next is medicine. Many antibiotics are obtained from fungi like penicillin, neomycin, terramycin, etc. These are the medicines we extract from the fungi. The main source of getting these antibiotics are fungi. Next is soil fertility. Many fungi maintain soil fertility by decomposing dead organic matter. What happens when the plants, animals, and other living organisms, after the death and decay of these things, when they are on the soil, these just like bacteria, these fungi also utilize them for taking their nourishment because they are saprophytic fungi. These fungi, they secrete or they excrete enzymes from their body, and these enzymes break the body of that organic matter or the debris. Whatever the energy release, it is utilized or taken by the fungi, and the remains of that organic matter, they go into the soil and they make a natural fertilizer which is called humus. So the fungi increase or maintain the soil fertility. How? By decomposing dead organic matter. Next is fermentation. What is fermentation? The property of fermentation of fungi is utilized for the manufacture of ethanol, organic acids, and alcoholic beverages. Fermentation is a property in which living organisms they survive in very little oxygen or in total absence of oxygen. They break the substances in which they are growing or they are present into structure, or they break the carbohydrate group into ethanol or the organic acid or the alcohol. These alcohol and the beverage or the ethanol or the organic acid, they are utilized by manufacturers. Now there are some pictures I have collected for you. This is the edible picture of edible mushroom. This is umbrella-like structure and this is the stalk of mushroom. Clear? These mushrooms, they are cultivated in the field. Now, by the process of fermentation process, this is the beer, and you know it is an alcoholic drink, and non-alcoholic beer is also available, but this is the beer, it is made by the process of fermentation. Many people in European countries, they use it and they are used to of this drink. Next is soil fertility by the fungi. You can see this is the humus. These are the plant debris. These are the dead organic matter and they are now converted by the action of enzymes of fungi into a fertilizer, natural fertilizer. This is called humus. Next, you can see the picture. This is the antibiotic from fungi. Now, this is the antibiotic. The penicillin is written here and we get in the form of tablet or in the form of syrup this medicine. Now it is clear these are the sorry, these are some advantages of fungi or the good uses of fungi. Next is disadvantages of fungi. Number one, on your screen you can see food spoilage. Saprophytic fungi cause tremendous amount of spoilage of food. You must know that sometime when the bread is you kept outside the fridge for 2 or 3 days, black, brown, gray or yellow spots appear on that fungi. These are a kind of fungi which is termed as mucor. It spoils the food. This food is no more remains to eat. Clear? So the first disadvantage of fungi is spoilage of food. In this way, many food get spoiled. Second one is the human disease. Fungi cause a number of diseases in human beings like aspergillosis, meningiosis, ringworm, etc. Right? Plant diseases. Fungi also cause many diseases on plants. They destroy many crops. Fungi destroy many agriculture crops, fruits, ornamental and other plants. Rust and smut. These are the two names of fungi. Rust and smut can cause crop destruction in large areas. What is this rust and smut? They are powder-like structure. They are powder-like structure. Some of the disease are loose smut, some are the rust. They sometimes destroy the whole crops. Next is the spoilage. Fungi not only spoil the food, but it spoil many other things. Many types of fungi are responsible for the spoilage of leather goods, wool, wood, timber, cotton, etc. Now you can see plant disease. This is a kind of plant disease which is a rust or smut. Food spoilage. These are the pieces of bread. They were kept outside in humid climate, and these patches, these are fungi. They they are fungi. They are poisonous, and now this bread is no, we cannot eat in this position the bread. Now this is the disease of human being. It is called ringworm. Sometimes rashes or the irritated or the red patches appear on the skin, and these are human disease. Spoilage of leather good, you can see the shoes, the bag, the cap, and the belt. They have a powder-like structure on them, and this is the spoilage of other things. Is it clear to all of you? The plant spoil disease, spoilage. In the last, if I will get some time, I will take a quick review of all these things in Urdu also. Now the next topic is algae. What are the characteristics of algae? Characteristics of algae. Algae are mostly found in water. After the rainy season, the water you can see here and there, water must be collected due to the rainwater. And after 1 week or 15 days, you can see that this water gets green slimy thing on it. That these are algae. Algae are mostly found in water. They are unicellular to multicellular in structure. It means algae can be unicellular or can be multicellular. Some algae are unicellular like Euglena, and some algae are multicellular like Sargassum, etc. Algae are the simplest plant having no stem or root. This is very unique character. They are plant, but they don't have proper plant body like stem, root, branches, leaf, flower. They are in the form of colony, alone, or ribbon-like structure. They contain chlorophyll and other color pigments. If they are green, they have chlorophyll. If they are of other color, that is of golden color, they are of yellow color, or they are of red color, it means they contain chlorophyll plus other color pigments. They prepare their food with the help of chlorophyll. Because they are green in color, they have chlorophyll, so they can manufacture their food by the process of photosynthesis easily. So they are neither parasitic nor saprophytic nor the symbiotic. They are autotrophic. They can manufacture their own food. On the basis of different pigments, they are classified into various groups. If you study biology or the botany in high classes, you will study that the algae are further divided into different classes, but right now it is not included up in your level. Algae are further divided into different classes on the basis of color or the pigment. Algae are the source of food for marine animals. Those animals, they live in seawater or fresh water. They utilize algae as their food. Now you can see how algae look like. When there is water or the algae is growing on it, if you dip your hand and take out outside, then these green color, they will come on your hand, and these are green algae. That's one example which is included in your syllabus is a green algae, that is a Chlamydomonas. What is a Chlamydomonas? Chlamydomonas, it is a freshwater algae. It is found in growing in still water, that is stagnant water, or pond, pool, ditches, tanks, lakes, etc. It grows abundantly in polluted water because that water is rich in organic matter. It is a unicellular eukaryotic green motile algae. Motile means it can move. It is spherical, oval, or pear shaped with pointed anterior end. It has cell wall, cytoplasm, and a prominent nucleus and a two flagella. Cell wall is thin but firm, and it is made up of cellulose and pectin compounds. It was the journal account. I read it from your book from page number 89. Now come to that one. What is Chlamydomonas? It is a unicellular green microscopic plant. It means its body is made up of only one cell. It is green, it means it has chlorophyll. It is microscopic, that we cannot see without the help of microscope. Shape. It is spherical, slightly elongated or pear shaped. It is not exactly round, it is somewhat spherical. Sometimes you can see some Chlamydomonas, it is bit elongated, or sometimes they look like pear shape. External structure. Its anterior end is pointed, called the apical papilla, which have a pair of flagella. Outer cell wall is present. Its cell wall is composed of cellulose and pectin. Now the internal structure. Internally it consists of following structure. Number one is chloroplast. Its chloroplast or the green pigment, it is a cup-shaped chloroplast. A cup-shaped chloroplast is present. It helps in photosynthesis. Why it helps in photosynthesis? Because chloroplast contain chlorophyll. Contractile vacuoles. Two contractile vacuoles are present. They remove waste materials, matters, and excess of water. It means contractile vacuoles are excretory organs, pyrenoid. It is present in chloroplast. It helps in starch synthesis. What happened? By the process of photosynthesis, they produce carbohydrate and later they turn it into starch. This starch remains inside a special structure which is called pyrenoid. Eye spot. A light sensitive reddish eye spot is present. It helps to distinguish between bright light and the shade because bright light is harmful and a very shady area they are also harmful for them. So in medium light they survive. So this is the organ which is sensitive organ which keep them away from bright light or the shade. Nucleus. It is a big and spherical structure. It controls all the function of the plant. As you know, nucleus is a control center. Now, this is the picture of original Chlamydomonas. This is the original Chlamydomonas. These two hair-like structure, you can see these two, they are flagella. And this is the outer portion which is much broad, prominent, and this is called apical papilla. This is the outer wall which is called cell wall and it is composed of cellulose and pectin. Inside, cytoplasm is present. This is the original Chlamydomonas. Then with the help of microscope, we can see this structure 1 and 2. These two are flagella. With the help of flagella, it can move from one place to the other place. This structure is the apical papilla. This is called apical papilla. 1 and 2. These are this one and this one. 1 and 2. They are contractile vacuole. They are the excretory organ. These are two are excretory organs. This is the cell wall and the cell wall is composed of cellulose and pectin. Inside the bluish color, that is the cytoplasm, is present. You can see this is a cup-like structure, green in color. This is the chloroplast. This is the green color structure total, in which other structure you can see. This is the cup-shaped chloroplast. It helps for the photosynthesis. This is the starch, which is converted or which carbohydrate convert into reserve food which is called starch, and these starch they remain in this type of structure. These are called pyrenoid. This structure is called pyrenoid. This is the pyrenoid. Now in the center you can see a big nucleus is present which controls all the activities of the plant life. Now this was all about the Chlamydomonas. Next, And thank you very much, class. This was all about your today's lecture, and we have few minutes left, and we take a quick review of this chapter. Clear? Now the journal character. They are non-chlorophylls, इसमें chlorophyll नहीं होता. The cell wall is made up of fungal cellulose. Fungal cellulose की बनी होती है. They are phenocytic. They have more than one nuclei. The body is called mycelium, और mycelium is composed of hyphae. Mycelium hyphae से बना हुआ होता है. ये फोटोसिंथेसिस करते हैं और उस फूड को रिजर्व करते हैं इन द फॉर्म ऑफ ग्लाइकोजन पार्टिकल्स एंड ऑयल ग्लोब्यूल्स. There is asexual reproduction. They reproduce by asexual reproduction by budding and spore formation. Sometimes the buds are produced and sometimes spores are produced. Sometimes, very rare, they sexually combine together. सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन इनका कॉन्जुगेशन कहलाता है. ये कॉन्जुगेशन एक ऐसा मेथड है जिसमें दो माइसीलियम पास पास आकर एक दूसरे से ज्वाइंट हो जाते हैं. बीच की डिजॉल्व दीवार जो है वो डिजॉल्व हो जाती है. एक का न्यूक्लियस दूसरे में और दूसरे वाले का पहले वाले में शिफ्ट हो जाता है, ट्रांसफर हो जाता है. इसलिए इसको सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन का नाम दिया जाता है. The mode of mutation may be saprophytic, parasitic, or symbiotic. What do you mean by saprophytic, parasitic, and symbiotic? You know very well. Parasitic means they have living host. Saprophytic means they have non-living host. Symbiotic means they form a union or a friendship. Next, some advantages are there. Food sources. A number of edible fungi in the form of mushroom. हम हासिल करते हैं फंजाई की शक्ल में. हर मशरूम हमें खाने वाला नहीं होता, कुछ पॉइजनस होते हैं. सेकंड जो है वो ईस्ट है. ईस्ट हमारी बेकिंग इंडस्ट्रीज में यूज होती है. सम फंजाई से हम मेडिसिन एंटीबायोटिक हासिल करते हैं, लाइक पेनिसिलिन, नियोमाइसिन, पैरामाइसिन एक्सेट्रा. सॉइल फर्टिलिटी करते हैं, ये इंक्रीज करते हैं, ह्यूमस ग्रो करते हैं. फर्मेंटेशन एक ऐसा प्रोसेस है जिससे हम बीवरेज हासिल करते हैं. Some pictures on your screen you can share that these are the edible